In May of 2011, Joplin, Missouri, was an ordinary Midwestern city. With a population of about 50,000, Joplin was the heart of Jasper County, a place of schools, churches, small businesses, and quiet neighborhoods. The people of Joplin lived surrounded by the rolling green hills of the Ozarks. Tornadoes were a part of life here. Residents were used to sirens, warnings, and storm drills. But no one expected what was about to come. On Sunday, May 22nd, families spent the day in familiar routines. Churches were full in the morning. High school seniors were celebrating their graduation at Missouri Southern State University. Children played outside in the warm air. By late afternoon, clouds gathered, but few were alarmed. Spring storms were common. Yet this storm system was different. The atmosphere was unstable, the air thick with heat and moisture. A violent supercell thunderstorm was brewing. Meteorologists warned of danger, but the people of Joplin did not yet know that the most devastating tornado in modern American history was bearing down on their city. Within the hour, Joplin would be forever changed. Shortly after 5 p.m., the National Weather Service issued a tornado warning for Joplin. Sirens wailed across the city, a familiar sound. Some residents headed for basements or storm shelters, but others hesitated. Warnings often passed without incident. Many had grown accustomed to near misses. At 5:34 p.m., spotters confirmed a massive tornado on the ground west of Joplin. Dark clouds twisted and churned in the distance. The storm widened, gathering power. Within minutes, the tornado grew into a monster. Radar signatures revealed something terrifying. A wedge tornado nearly a mile wide, spinning with unimaginable force. Winds exceeded 200 miles per hour. This was not an ordinary storm. This was an EF5, the highest rating on the enhanced Fujita scale, a category reserved for the rarest and deadliest tornadoes. As it moved eastward, its path pointed directly into the heart of Joplin. At 5:41 p.m., the tornado roared into Joplin's western edge. Residents described the sound as deafening, like 1,000 freight trains bearing down at once. The sky turned black. Rain and hail lashed the city, followed by a wall of wind that tore the world apart. The tornado carved a path nearly 22 miles long, half a mile to a mile wide. Whole neighborhoods were flattened in seconds. Houses disintegrated. Cars were lifted and hurled blocks away. Trees were stripped bare, their bark ripped off. The devastation was swift and merciless. St. John's Regional Medical Center, one of the city's largest hospitals, took a direct hit. Windows shattered, walls crumbled, the roof ripped away. Patients and staff scrambled in the chaos, dragging the wounded down darkened stairwells. The hospital was left a hollow shell. Schools, churches, and businesses vanished. The Joplin High School graduation party that had ended just hours earlier became a scene of horror as families returning home were caught in the storm. Survivors remembered the sudden silence before impact, followed by unimaginable destruction. In just minutes, Joplin was unrecognizable. Amid the destruction, stories of courage emerged. At a Home Depot, employees herded customers into the back of the store, taking cover in restrooms. When the tornado struck, the building collapsed. Survivors crawled out of the wreckage alive, saved by seconds of quick thinking. At Pizza Hut, a manager named Christopher Lucas led customers into a walk-in freezer. With no time to spare, he threw himself against the door to keep it closed against the storm. The tornado ripped the building apart. Lucas was killed, but every customer survived. Neighbors dug through rubble with bare hands to pull out trapped friends and strangers. First responders rushed in, knowing aftershocks and power lines still posed danger. Volunteers from across Missouri converged, bringing food, water, and hope. The storm lasted only 38 minutes from start to finish. But in that short span, 161 lives were lost, and thousands more were changed forever. When dawn broke on May 23rd, Joplin was a wasteland. Entire neighborhoods were flattened as far as the eye could see. Streets were blocked with debris. Twisted cars lay piled like toys. Families wandered, dazed, searching for loved ones. The death toll climbed by the hour. Hospitals overflowed with the injured. Morgues filled quickly, and temporary facilities were set up to handle the dead. The destruction was almost total. Nearly 7,000 homes were destroyed. Schools, churches, and businesses were gone. The tornado caused $2.8 billion in damages, the costliest single tornado in US history. But amid the despair, there was determination. Survivors gathered at makeshift shelters. Volunteers poured in from neighbouring towns. Rescue dogs sniffed through rubble, finding signs of life. The people of Joplin refused to give up. In the weeks that followed, Joplin became a city of tents and volunteers. National Guard units patrolled the streets, ensuring order. Relief organisations like the Red Cross distributed food, blankets, and medicine. President Barack Obama visited the city, pledging federal aid. Donations flowed in from across the nation. Celebrities held benefit concerts, while churches and community groups provided hands-on help. The rebuilding process was massive. New schools were constructed, including a new high school to replace the one destroyed. Businesses reopened in temporary structures. The hospital, reduced to rubble, was rebuilt stronger than before. Slowly, the city healed, but scars remained. Families mourned those lost. Survivors struggled with trauma. For years, the sound of sirens would bring back fear. The Joplin Tornado of 2011 remains one of the deadliest and most destructive tornadoes in American history. It was a reminder of nature's raw power and humanity's fragility. Yet it was also a story of resilience. Joplin's recovery became a symbol of hope. Neighbours saved neighbours, strangers became heroes, and a city rose from the ruins. In the end, the tornado left behind not just destruction, but lessons. The need for preparedness, the importance of warnings, and the enduring spirit of community. Residents never expected the sky to twist, but on May 22nd, 2011, it did. And in minutes, a city was erased. Yet from the rubble, Joplin showed the world the strength of survival.